You see, we were together in the MDA for the last 5 years. And the last 5 years in the previous government, through a lot of challenges and difficulties, we worked as a team. And to be very, very frank, I believe in teamwork. And yes, when the elections came, we had different concerns, different issues. We campaigned in our own way. Some speeches were given which did not go too well with some other candidate or some other party. But at the end of the day, no relationship, no coalition is perfect. We will have differences, we will have challenges. But I think the whole spirit of teamwork is important. And that is the reason why that after we got support from HSPDP MLAs and the two independent MLAs and the BJP, I spoke to all my colleagues and I told them that we should bring our team together. And whatever happened in election is something that happens. We fight, we sometimes give aggressive speeches and use different languages, which of course should have been controlled, but nonetheless certain things were said. But at the end of the day, we are all here to serve the people of the state. And at the end of the day, we need to rise above all differences. We need to realize that people are looking at us and are expecting, have given a mandate. And hence, taking my team into confidence, I personally have then met the different leaders of PDF and the leaders of the UDP many times, and I requested them that let us work together again. I visited the residence of Shri Metba Lingdo, who is the president of the UDP, personally, and I requested him and said that let us forget our differences or whatever challenges we had during election, and let us work together. And after a long discussion on many issues, he said he will discuss with his people and his members, and then he will get back. Similarly, the PDF also, I approached them and I requested them that come back and let's do things together. Whatever there are problems, ultimately we are, as leaders, need to rise above all of these issues and need to work now for the people and the state. And we have worked together and we are a team. And yes, there are a different combination is there in terms of numbers, but at the end of the day, we are working with the same mindset and the same goal, which is really to serve the people of the state. And therefore, I appeal to all political parties also at this point in time, that election has gone, election is over now, and now we need to move forward with the real work that we have ahead of us. And we have many challenges, and hence we need to work together, whether it's the ruling or the opposition. And we need to ensure that we get all our negative feelings and negative mindset out. With a negative mindset and negative thoughts, we can't take our state forward. We need to realize ultimately we are all part of the state. We all fought for the state together 50 years back. And now the people of the state expect us to take our state forward to a new level. And hence I appeal and request all the political parties that let us work with a positive mindset, a constructive mindset, and take our state forward. And it was with this appeal that I met UDP and PDF, and with the spirit of not leaving or not asking our friends or not caring about them just because we have the numbers. I feel that's not the right attitude. And we have been through a lot of difficulty and challenges in the last 5 years, and I believe that no matter what, we can still work together. And I thank the UDP and the PDF for accepting my request and appeal, and then giving us support to the NPP-led government. And I'm happy that our old team is back again. I'm happy that we will work once again together. And once again, I also thank the people of the state for giving the mandate that they have given. And now that election is over, I appeal to all sections of society and all political parties that we need to leave behind the differences, we need to leave behind the negativity, and we need to work together as responsible members and responsible leaders and responsible citizens to take our state forward. Obviously, when we work in a coalition, everybody would want to take care of their members and want to have different positions so that they can ultimately serve in a larger capacity. It is natural. So, but we have to also see the overall situation, the combinations that we have, and we have to see how it is practical so that we can carry everybody along. We need to work together and decide. So they could be all discussions. There's no problem in that. Last 3 days, that's what I've been doing. I've been discussing in detail with all our coalition partners, and we have come to more or less a very broad consensus and finalization, I should say. After this press conference, I will be meeting the coalition partners, and we'll be finalizing many things, including the name for the coalition, and then also the different positions that are there. We'll be discussing individually with the political parties, and final formation will take place once that MDA meeting is done. So yes, there are a lot of discussions and a lot of requests that have come in. I don't say demand is not a very good and positive word to use in these situations. It's a discussion, and everybody has a certain desire to serve in a certain capacity, and therefore the requests have come in, and we've been very in detail discussing with all of them, and discussing on what is possible, what is not, and broadly, as I said, in the last 3 days, we have been able to come to a broad understanding, which I will announce post the meeting of the MDA.
This coalition is MDA 2.0?
So, as I said, that in the meeting that we're going to take a final call on the name, because it has to be with the consensus of all the members, and hence I can only announce it after the meeting is over. So, as I said, that we as a society, we live in and we have been in a democratic process. We have been forming governments, and government formation is a democratic process, and hence we have followed that democratic process all the way. That's number one. Number two, of course, there are sentiments, and we don't say that it's not there. The fact that the MLAs have now come in and supported us, as I said, I have approached them, and I've told them that, look, we fought the election, issues came out, but a mandate has come out now. So now we have to, as I said, overcome all of this, rise above all of this, and move forward now in the best interest based on the mandate that has come out from the people. In the last 5 years, we have really tried to ensure that we were able to, or we tried to carry everybody along with us. We tried to give space to everybody. We tried to also decentralize certain processes and decision making in as much as possible. So when everybody became a part of the governance, and it was not like a one-person rule, we saw that it was very healthy. Of course, there are challenges, and there is no system that is perfect. I'm not saying that what I'm suggesting is the best way to move forward, but we will adjust and adapt as we move along. And the idea is, as I said, you're absolutely right, the idea is to give us the stability. And in those stabilities, a lot of challenges come in, because obviously there are conflicting views, conflicting preferences, or all different kind of conflicting decisions. So hence, how to compromise, how to bring everybody together, how to ensure that we involve everybody in whatever we discuss, and convince everybody that we need to work together. I think these are basic principles of making a team work together. So we tried that in the last 5 years, and to some extent we were able to do it. But of course, at this point in time, a lot of challenges could be there. So we'll have to see how things go, but we'll try our best.
So you have a 32, and it was a comfortable thing. Why did you go for a larger ship?
Yeah, because right now we have many parties in your weather, so definitely everybody will be having expectations for.
So you see, it's a matter of principle. I have been very clear that I don't like to just simply use and throw, and just because we have the numbers that we don't require somebody today. I guess unhealthy for the overall larger development, and the trust factor goes down. So that's why I told you that once we had 32 numbers, I approached the UDP and PDF personally. It's not that they called me or anything. I went to their house, I went and met them. I appealed to them saying that, look, we have worked as a team in the past. I know that the numbers are there, but at a matter of principle, I would like to take everybody along because we went through thick and thin together. We had a lot of challenges, but yet we stuck together. And I don't forget these kind of things. So therefore, I want to show that we worked as a team in the past. We will do it in the future also. And yes, there were a lot of differences in the election time. It happens. It's not something that we can't overcome. Let us start in a positive way. Let us overcome all of this. There's a lot of work to be done. The election is over now. The mandate has been given. Let us now be, very mature about it. And as I said, rise above all these concerns and issues, and let us deliver to the people what they've
Why
expected
you
us.
don't approach Congress, TMC and VPP?
No, because as I said, I mentioned to you, my MDA original team which we had, we worked together. So that's the team I approached. So therefore, and as you can see, it's almost the same identical team of MDA 1. And that's the reason why we approached, because as I said, we felt that we have really worked well together. And yes, I understand it's a big ship now thing, but I think the first positive message we have given to everybody is that we are not the kind of party or a coalition, and I'm not the kind of person who simply just uses the people at the time they require and then not remember them at other times. I may not be able to do everything for everybody, but I'll ensure that we are able to work together because we have done a lot of things in the past in spite of the challenges, and I would like to work together again.
So have you decided on the seat sharing? Sir?
So as I said, there's a rough cut is there, and which is almost final. We are just fine-tuning the last bit, and as I said, today after the MDA meeting, we'll be announcing the details. So we have laid the foundation of governance in the last 5 years in the sectors that we felt was very, very crucial, and of course we will take those steps forward. We have also realized and recognized that there is a great need to push certain sectors in order to ensure that we are able to create a large number of job opportunities. And hence that will be one of the top priorities for us in the next 5 years, whether it's the IT sector. In the last 5 years, we have managed to open up the 3,000-seater call center and BPO IT park. I intend that within this next 5 years that we should open more than at least 20,000 seats, if not more. We already have sanctioned for in the last government 5,000 more seats. So I will push. I'm not saying we can do it, but it's my target and goal that we should, at the end of this term, we should have at least about 25,000 seats of BPO sector in our state. I want to push even the tourism sector a lot, because I strongly feel that tourism is one area we can really, really work on. And there are small ways in which we can create multiple avenues for livelihood. And that's what's going to be also a big focus for us. We feel value addition in agriculture is something that is very, very important. And if we do it the right way, we feel again a lot of opportunities can be created in those areas. Of course, we have a very strong sense towards our health sector and education sector. So we need to continue to strengthen that. These are very, very complicated sectors and require a lot of investment. And hence we'll work and focus on the social sectors very, very aggressively. And at the end, of course, the infrastructure sector, which is PHU, or the road sector, or the power sector, or the IT sector. IT means in terms of submarine cables and the optical fibers I'm talking, and the towers. In that area, so the infrastructure in these areas will also be very important and crucial for us. We have done a lot in the last 5 years in terms of road connectivity and water connectivity. I hope we are able to saturate things in the next 5 years, where we are able to ensure that every household gets the water tap connection and ensure that every village is connected in terms of road, and also every house is connected in terms of the power connections that are there. So all these goals and objectives are there. We will be working out the entire details of the economic program in the next few days. The Honorable Prime Minister has been very positive about the overall development of the Northeast. And in that process, we have seen that not just Meghalaya, but Prime Minister has supported the whole of Northeast. And hence, I'm pretty sure that the coming 5 years also, that we will get the support of the central government. And I'm sure that Prime Minister, the fact that he is coming here for the swearing in himself, And this is, I think, the only time this has happened. As far as my knowledge goes, Prime Minister has never been present during the swearing-in ceremony of any governments in the past. So this in itself is a historic event in one way. And more importantly, it's a strong message to the people of Meghalaya that the Honorable Prime Minister is concerned and will support and give all the help to the state of Meghalaya. So we expect the support like was given in the past and maybe even much more.
So, sir, what is the connection now the border between Meghalaya and Assam? Will you meet with the Mahenta Biswa?
Yeah, we are not yet sworn in yet. Tomorrow is the swearing-in ceremony. So once that is done, the cabinet will meet and then we will decide. But of course, our objective will be to resolve the border issue within this 5 years. Not within this 5 years, I'm not saying 5 years. We'll try to do it even as early as possible.
So just adding on what he asked, will your commitment still be for the long pending issues like the inclusion of Khasi, Garo languages? as well as
Absolutely,
IIT?
absolutely, absolutely. These commitments will remain. These are commitments we have made in the past. The overall structure of the coalition has not changed in the terms of the partners who are there, which I'm very, very happy, and I'm feeling very, in a way, very nice that all our old friends are back. We're together, and as I said, many challenges were there, but we stuck together, and even the election was tough, but a lot of things were said. But we've put all of that behind and decided that in the interest of the state, we work forward. So obviously, all the issues that were taken up in the past will continue to push for those
How will you
issues.
term this? Is old wine in new bottle or old wine in old bottle?
No, I don't think any of those terms fit into this the statement that you just made. It doesn't. It's just continuation. That's all. We're continuing the work, and that's the reason, as I said, that even though we had numbers, we still went ahead to invite them because we feel that we should work with the same team. It may not be the structure, may not be completely same because numbers have changed. But just because that has happened doesn't mean we just simply forget people who have always shown their commitment towards the people, and the comfort is there, and we would like to work together.
What will you do about the scam? He said that MDA government in the last point had so many scam, rice, even coal, mine, everything.
So again, you're repeating the same question which was repeated in the past also. So the word scam has been given by the people who have made allegations. So allegations are there. I think the word scam is not the correct nomenclature to use. These are allegations being made by individuals and other political parties. And as I said, we have been transparent in the entire process. Whatever the opposition has demanded in the past, we have gone ahead and done that.
Sir, this time road connectivity is the major issue because Shillong itself facing the traffic congestion, but no place to construct bridge and all. So how to solve this?
So there's going to be one major shift in our entire process, which is that we are going to be shifting the secretariat to a new location. We have already identified the location in the past, and the process of doing the master plan for that is already started. We expect that within a few months we should be able to come to a final design and all those aspects, and let's hope that we can do that. So I do expect that in this 5 years we will see a major decongestion of Shillong in terms of the administration going out. This will be right next to the IT park, so it's not going to be very far away. So right next to the IT park in Maupat area. So that area, we expect the secretariat to come up. We are doing the final planning, and of course, as I said, I don't want to go into details too much because obviously the swearing-in hasn't taken place yet. We have not sat as a cabinet, and once we start sitting, we will discuss about all these issues. But this is what we had started in the past. So I just telling you what has already happened in the past. Number two, of course, traffic has been a major challenge throughout the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and more vehicles as they come in, this challenge is going to go up. So we are looking at all options of ensuring how we can get elevated roads done, or flyovers, what they call them. So these aspects, are being examined and seen, but it's not easy, as you said. Shillong is very congested, and most of the time we don't get the space to even put up 2-3 pillars to get elevated roads done. So those challenges are there, but let's hope that we are able to take forward the plans we had earlier to create the parking lots. There are a lot of parking lots already in the smart city plan, which are which have already been the ball has set is rolling on that aspect. But we'll try to create more parking lots. We are going to go into the skywalks, which I had decided earlier also, but we couldn't go ahead with that. In fact, one is already, the master plan is done for it. So you will see very, very soon, hopefully within this year itself, we will complete the first skywalk, which is one that's going to be from the Barik Point and the entire PWD complex to Police Bazaar. So this is going to be an elevated footpath, and of course in a very, very modern design. It's not going to be like a very raw design. It's going to be very, very beautiful design, which will of course add to the beauty of the city itself. So all these measures are there, but I'll talk about that a bit later.